Hmm. It's, oh my God. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time for the TPN live show. Bobby Renee show. It's time. I gotta go. I can't miss an episode of this, and neither can you.
Hey there, filmmaker Kelly Schwartz here in Las Vegas. Just wanted to say you're watching TPN Live with the Bobby and Renee show.
Hi, I'm Emmy-nominated Melvin Jackson Jr., actor and producer. You're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee. Stay tuned.
Hey there, I'm Courtney Nicole. I'm an actress, I'm a director, advocate. You know what? Enough about me. You're watching TPN Live with my friends, Bobby and Renee People.
Hi everyone, it's Nadej Bailey. Be sure to tune into TPN Live with my auntie Renee and my uncle Bobby Peoples.
What's up, everybody? Y'all know who we are.
Yes,
We're
yes,
your host,
yes.
Bobby and my homeboy,
You what?
my homie,
You what?
my bro.
He done got real confused.
cousin.
We need to start this over. What now?
You my homie.
Whatever.
You my homie lover.
I am his wife.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Renee.
Yeah, she's my wife.
Whatever.
Hey, guys, we got a great show tonight. We got our homie, our little brother from North Carolina on tonight. Y'all know Mr. Tubi himself, Mr. Nelson J. Davis.
Yeah.
Now, you know, he gonna be doing a lot of interviews. So, you know, for him to come on our show, that says really big for us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we're excited about that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna show one of his trailers of a movie that he got playing on Tubi right now. Out of 40-something movies he have on Tubi. But this
No,
one
we're
right
gonna
here,
get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Okay. So we're gonna show his movie trailer to a movie that just came out recently, like yesterday.
Yeah.
So he got a movie coming like every day on Tubi. Anyway, here you go. And we come back, we're gonna be sitting down with Mr. Nelson J. Davis.
Thought she was serious. Don't get caught up out here with these women that's gonna put you in something that you're not built for. I think you need to leave before things get ugly.
Just rules to it.
You wanted to teach her a lesson.
No, that's not what I'm saying, man.
I know the facts. Such nothing like your breath. That baby, you the one, no question.
I don't care.
I'm about sick and tired of your he say, she say.
Whoa, okay.
All right, Mr. Nelson.
All right.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Y'all, thanks for having me tonight. I'm excited to be up here. You know,
we're glad that you had time to be with us. You know, you got like a movie coming out like every week right now. So what's going on with you, homie?
So we know that you're busy, but for those that don't know, can you just introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about who you are?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, my name is Nelson J. Davis. I'm an actor, producer, director, writer. You know, acting was my first love, but I've grown very fond of the other aspects of everything. So, yeah, that's just me in a nutshell.
Okay. So for those who don't know, what got you into this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you want to break into acting?
You know, it's funny. I wanted to be an actor ever since I was like really young. Like my grandmother used to be watching soap operas, right? Like when she was babysitting us when we were little kids. I'm like, yo, I want to do that one day. Like, I think that's cool. And then like, you know, when I was in school, I was in drama club. When I was in like the third grade, I was just like, you know, this is cool. No disrespect to the stage people, but this isn't for me. So then I was like, okay, I like acting, but I need to do the film side of it.
So you like me.
So you got scared. So just say that. Say theater scared you. Just say that.
Bro, you wasn't scared. I don't do theater like that.
Whatever. You know don't be hating.
That's all.
I'm not hating. It didn't scare me. It's just that I think that I was very fond of like cinematic and stuff, like the visuals of it as well. So
yeah.
Okay. So I know we joke a lot about this. You know, you and I, we talk all the time. The name Mr. Tubi. Why do they call you Mr. Tubi? Or is that just me?
I don't know, because I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like you started it. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people call me that now, but I swear you was like the first one to call me Mr. Tubi. But I hear it a lot now, but it's kind of like you started it and this is like.
Well, I mean, explain to the people who don't know you why that name is so important. Well, not important, but why we do that.
It's because I have quite a few movies on Tubi, and it's like a lot of people, they say when you turn Tubi on, you're not gonna be able to not see me somewhere one day. Like that's what they say. That's what they say. Not my words.
I mean, I think at this point right now, you need your own category on Tubi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need to be a Nelson J. Davis category.
Nelson J. Davis collection.
Right. How many movies specifically do you have on Tubi right now?
Oh man, like I honestly, I want to say that it's around 32. But I want to say maybe like 19 to 20 actually populate with my name because because I'm top building, but it's like a ton of other movies that don't necessarily even come up with the search, but it's just like they're like, I seen you in this movie. Like somebody literally just hit me like 10 minutes ago and like I ran across this movie and I wasn't even in the credits for that one, but they recognized me and they sent me a screenshot.
Wow.
So wow,
okay.
So not only you're not only an actor, but you're also a writer, producer too. So like, tell us a little about how that journey for you is going.
Yeah. It's definitely a great journey because like I feel that it gives me the ability to create some of the roles that I want to play, as well as I have stories to tell. So it's kind of like a win-win situation because I enjoy writing and creating these stories, but it all boils down to my first love of acting. It's like, okay, if I'm not able to get, well, in the beginning, I'm not able to get these certain roles, it's like I'm gonna create the role for myself and still tell a story that I want to tell. So it's going good.
Okay, so you pretty much did what Bobby, because that's what Bobby did. He was like, listen, he wanted to be an actor. And then he started getting news like Thug 1 and Thug 2. It's like, I am not a thug. That's not what I want to play. Let me.
Right.
So he started writing, stuff and creating himself into those roles. Now he barely even act in his own movies. But that's something that, when he started, that's how he started also.
Yeah, because it's a lot more fun. It's more fun creating the stories, creating characters and stuff like that. So, and giving other opportunities to people.
Right.
I respect that. I can respect that. So now I know you went. I keep saying South Carolina, but you in North Carolina, correct?
Yes, North Carolina.
Okay. I keep
my second home is Vegas now, though. But
that's right.
So you're not just stuck to this North Carolina filming. You kind of travel all over the place and globe, right? Work with different producers and stuff like that. How has that been for you, like going forward? Like, how did that happen for you?
I want to say that a lot of it has to do with the internet, man. That's such an awesome tool because it's like I was able to connect with so many different directors, producers, and writers, like from coast to coast. And I got to chalk that up to the internet because even our mutual friend Levi, big ups to Levi, he found me on the internet. He saw me playing in another web series and some of my IG stuff. And he's like, I want to work with this guy, and then he brought me out to LA. So like that was one of my first times being flown out for a project. And it boils down to the internet. And I tell people that all the time, the internet and like just creating your brand and pushing your brand. And then somebody's gonna, take notice to that. And it's gonna be lucrative.
Okay. One of our viewers, somebody take your shirt off and twist it around your head like a helicopter.
Oh, no. Kitty Pablo.
Right.
But we're gonna keep our shirt on this time.
Right. Interview. Yeah, because people don't know. You have a habit of I think it's in one of your contracts that you have to take your shirt off for every movie that you do or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's negotiable, but that's usually the foundation of the agreement. Nah.
So well, like I said, you do write and direct stuff like that. Like, how do you like get with your actors and find your actors and stuff like that? Like, what is your process of doing that?
Usually, to be honest, a majority of the time I actually have people in mind already. But sometimes I do throw out, casting for like some of the smaller parts, but usually for the larger parts, I usually have somebody in mind, and I'm usually writing with them in mind and hoping they, take on the role. Some people say that's cheating, but it works.
No, we definitely get that.
So, okay, we do have a couple questions in here. One of them is, do you have any plans as a director and writer as of right now?
I don't know. That's
like, what are your plans as director and writer? Right now, we know you're an actor, but as far as directing, do you have anything that you're just strictly directing or writing, or is it all in combined into one.
Oh, okay, got you. To be honest with you, I find it a little bit difficult sometimes to direct something that somebody else writes. I know a lot of people do that, but I think that I would like to do that in the future. But it's a challenge because I think it's a little bit more there when it's something that you wrote in your directing, because like you wrote it with a specific vision, and then it's like you're taking a hat to bring it to life as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't do that, but it's not on the books right now to do that. Everything that I'm directing is also something that I wrote at this point.
Okay. So you write pretty much all of your stories, your movies.
Oh yeah. Everyone that I produce, I'm like a triple threat, well, quadruple threat. The writer, director, producer, and star. So
awesome.
And editor too, ain't you? Don't you edit some of your own stuff?
Yeah, I edit my own stuff, and that's one thing I don't like to say never, but I don't see myself editing something that somebody else.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to edit other people's stuff, man. I get asked all the time, "You can edit my stuff?" Like, if I didn't shoot it, I ain't trying to edit it.
He'd be like, We have another question. What's your dream role?
Oh man, I would like to play a detective. I've played the role. Let me say that, but I want to play like a detective role, but a little bit more in depth, like what's going on with the case and really digging into it as far as the storyline and the plot. Like I've been a cop and I've been a detective, but I don't really feel like it was a lot of substance in that role, and I want to play a detective. It's like I'm like really dedicated to this case, and I want to solve it. Like I want to do something like that.
Okay, so you want to be like Batman, the detective side of Batman.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Batman's a detective, so I get it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So we do have another question from one of our viewers here. Do you have any plans to work on more movies about Black royal history, not slavery or civil rights? So like kings and queens, stuff like that. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
The actor in me, I would love to do a project like that, but I don't see myself like creating something like that. I think that's a little bit out of my lane. But I think it's dope though.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I mean, so I guess to piggyback off that question, what types of movies do you prefer to do then? Like dramas, horrors, comedies? Like what is your wheelhouse?
Thrillers. Usually sexy thrillers is pretty much my go-to. Like that's what I like to create.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sexy thrillers.
Yeah.
That one movie we watched, I was like, good Lord Jesus, what is happening in here?
Yeah. Which one? Is that he said, she said?
What in the
yes.
For those who haven't seen he said, she said, it's a scene in there that the Instagram is going crazy and wild over right now.
Yeah, that scene was pretty intense. That was pretty intense.
Yeah. So for stuff like that, like how do you prepare yourself for stuff like that? I mean, because obviously it's not real, but like how do you prepare yourself for that?
I think that's what it's all about. It's just like any other scene. I'm just really into like, making it look visually pleasing, but still real, but just it's choreography really. It's just like you go in, like this is what it's gonna look like. Like we usually like have storyboards, like or examples from other projects. Like I don't know. I think I'm more excited about how the audience is gonna react. That's what really gets me going. Like that's what I'll be excited about. Like while we're shooting, I'm like, oh, they're gonna love this part and this, that, and the third. But mentally, to be honest, it's just like any other scene. It's like real professional, and everybody's like, it's definitely not real.
Now, I question all that too, because being some of your stuff are sexually, erotic. I say erotic. How do you, what I'm saying? I guess try, cast people, but for them to think that it's more professional than some sexual perversion. You see what I'm saying? Like you're getting these pretty girls in these particular roles. Like how do you like, I guess
how do you approach them for casting?
Yeah, approach them.
Got you.
I got you.
In the beginning, it was really, really challenging, honestly. But at this point, I think because I've done so many projects like that, it's kind of like they know what to expect. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, check out the work. make sure you good. You see what type of work I do, so make sure you're good with that before we move forward. And usually, like, yo, I already seen all of your work. It's good. I'm just like, okay, but it was definitely, harder in the beginning. But like you say, when you lay that track record and that foundation, it becomes, a little bit easier. And I think the number one thing is just making them feel comfortable. And I think I'm pretty good with that as well. Like, just making them feel comfortable and safe.
Gotcha.
And
not
make movie
exploited,
magic.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
You're not exploiting them. Well, we don't never see you like, it's you always keep it professional.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things that I really love about you. And you're not, always like, oh baby, I wish I could. How some actors and directors and producers, you know what I'm saying? They can be very
very hands-on.
Right. And you're not like that. So, and I appreciate that because that keeps your set. It keeps it what's the word? It makes it not be uncomfortable because we've had, sometimes people come to us and be like, I don't feel comfortable. Such and such person touched me this way. And I just don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You never, that's not something that you do. And I appreciate that as a director.
Thank you.
We had another question from Tanya Todd here. How many drafts do you typically go through before you begin your productions?
How many writing drafts? Yeah.
Got you. You know what? That's a tough question, only because it just kind of depends, because I'm pretty sure you can relate to this. Sometimes we're approached with a project and we have a deadline or something, and it's just like there is no time. It's like, okay, we got to take this and we got to go off. When there's sometimes, it might be a little bit of flexibility. So it's like, okay, we can make some changes. So I know that doesn't exactly answer the question, but it is a little bit complex. It just depends on the situation.
I mean, like we write, so we understand that. Sometimes we write a script out, but we get on set, we change it up on set sometimes to fit the narrative more better. So I get what you're saying. Lynn, do you ever offer on-set volunteers? Do you have people actually volunteer on set with you or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, just depending on what's going on in the film. If we can have extra people, sometimes it has to be a close set, depending on what's going on. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. Obviously, like movies like He Say, She Say, we're not gonna have too many volunteers.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pretty much have a closed set or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
And when we do stuff like that, I'm out the room. I let Renee direct those types of scenes. Like I don't. I'm
gonna start pulling him in the room because sometimes it it's better coming from a man and a female point of view. Now this next movie rewriting, that's we're gonna have you. Come on, Nelson, tell us how to get it going in here. We always get uncomfortable because we be like this when it come down to them sex scenes. Like, oh Lord, you okay?
It's crazy because we married, we know sex.
Yeah.
So, but I just want to, I don't want the girl to think, oh, why her husband looking at me like that? I'm like, I'm looking through the camera trying to make sure the angles is right.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at you. So I step out the room sometimes. Then I go back and say, damn, like this wasn't right.
Yeah, I wish you could have did it this way. So yeah, he gonna be in there for this next one. Okay.
You stayed for Taboo 3 though. That was day one. That was a pretty
Well, I stayed with her because I know Tia. Like Tia, like my little sister. So it was comfortable with her. I mean, shit. She walked around, tears just popping out anyway. So like Bryson, go. We had to hire the kid. Like girl, put your shirt on.
Yeah. She was just real comfortable. Yeah. But we've been working together for a long time, so that's we had that comfortable relationship. But when you're working with new actors or actresses like that, it's kind of uncomfortable because you don't want them to feel uncomfortable. And you want them to know that we have your best interests at heart. There's no, we're not exploiting you in any way. So, it kind of comes.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. It's a thin line.
Definitely.
We had another question here. Who do you look up to career-wise?
Bobby and Renee.
Oh, come on.
Outside of us, who else you look up to?
You know what? It's crazy because I think I look up to different people, like in different ways. Meaning, like, okay, for an example, like before I was like an actor professionally, I actually used to model. So back then it was like Tyson Beckford. That's what I look up to. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, when you switch lanes to like the movie side, it's like, okay, as an actor, I'm looking at Denzel, but maybe for like for producers, I might say Maura Brock and Salim McKill. So it's just kind of like I'm inspired by so many people, like for different things. It's like I take a little bit from this person, a little bit from that person. I know that was a complex answer, but I dropped like 3 names though. Those are like
No,
That was
I get
good.
it. We got a lot of questions, and this is
I
really
know.
good. One question is, how do you handle difficult actors on set? That's easy.
you know.
You kick them off.
It's been some situations. I don't know. It's been some situations, but it's usually never been. I can honestly say it's never really been on my my productions, but I've encountered difficult scene partners, whereas it's kind of like on other productions, and this is kind of like I just really have to keep the filmmaker in mind. Like, okay, this is special to them. Let me just keep my cool and just do what I need to do to get through this. Like, sometimes actors, they have egos, and sometimes they like to rewrite the script. And then, that get old after a while when you on your 3rd day and you're on your 10th hour and you're hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel you. Okay, we had another question is, as far as the sex scenes these days, how open are the actors now with the risk of COVID-19? Do you require them to get tested, or how does that process work for you?
Yes, usually on majority of the projects that require more intimacy is usually we're taking the COVID test, checking temperatures on set, and all those types of things.
Okay.
So in the beginning, to be honest with you, as much as the type of work I like to do, the films I like to do, I was a little like, even in my own film, I'm just like, do I have to kiss her? Can we just keep our clothes on? Like, I was scared, I'm gonna be honest, in the beginning, but now it's just like, we take the test and take the precautions and everything. Just like we just did Sudden Passion, we all had to take the test.
Yeah.
And, we kept everything safe on set. That's a really good question, though. But yeah, but to be honest with you, a lot of these things, besides the testing itself, a lot of this stuff is not new to me because I'm just like, y'all just now doing this because of COVID? Like,
right. You should be doing STD tests at least. All this kissing you're doing.
Right. Do something like that.
Right.
I get it. I mean, we understand Renee is COVID compliant, so she got a certificate and everything. So
yeah, we got to make sure that everything is safe.
Yeah. I be feeling so safe on the TPN set.
Yeah. I think looking up to. Oh, okay.
Oh,
thank you, Lynn. See, we got more questions. Nelson, what exercise do you do to keep your body intact? Okay.
Okay. That's a lot. That's probably. Well, I will say this. I do like isolated muscle groups. Like, so I usually work out 5 days a week. So Mondays usually back, Tuesdays chest, Wednesdays legs, Thursdays your shoulders, and Fridays triceps and biceps. But as far as the specifics, I don't want to take up time and go over.
But you should ask me that question, Logan. I exercise from my bedroom to the kitchen.
That's about it. To the couch.
And to the couch. So I go from the bed to the kitchen to the couch. Then I repeat. That's my routine.
You gotta put the computer in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. The computer is in between the bed and the kitchen.
Right.
Okay, another question here. How open are you with your actors tweaking their lines, adding or adjusting a few lines to really get into his or her character? Yeah, okay.
Super open to that. Very open to that. As long as you don't go rewriting the script, if you need to change a word around tomato, cool. But don't just be like, we went out to eat last night and the line was supposed to be, did you enjoy lunch today?
Right.
Like,
right. But like, hey, you know what? I don't think I should die in this scene. People have like, I don't want to. Do I have to die? Like,
that's a part of the character.
Right.
You have to die in the scene.
Like, you're joking, right?
How about I just slide down the wall? No, you're gonna die. You're gonna die in this scene today.
How can I come back for part 2? You're not.
That's exactly right.
You're not coming back for part 2. This is it. Make the best of it now.
Right.
Right.
All right, that's good. Let's see. Thank you guys for everything you do for your production. You're welcome, Logan. Thank you for watching our productions. Bobby, I am not a mess.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So, okay. So, what do you got coming up right now? Like I said, I know I joke with you, but I'm sure you have a lot of productions coming up right now. So, anything you could talk about that you got coming up?
You talking about release wise
or release wise and filming wise, both.
Okay, yeah, cool. Well, I'm actually about to head to Detroit on Thursday. So on Thursday. So I'll be there for about 9 days shooting this new movie. It's called Homeboy. So I'm excited about that. It's a thriller. It's definitely, the role is definitely different for me. So he's a little mental. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, that was gonna be cool. As far as releases, we have Christian Brothers coming out
Gotcha. Yeah.
next month. Yeah, next month, I
Yeah, come
think.
on, next month. Yeah, yeah.
Like they all starting to run together. I'm just like, hold on. So that's the next release that's coming out, and that's pretty dope. That was actually my first time ever doing comedy. Was that project? So that was cool. And I have one coming out this summer called Cries of Desire. And then we got Ladies' Choice coming out soon, as well as Sudden Passion. So I believe that's the next 4 releases. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
You be getting it in. I have a question too now. Like how do you I guess how do you plan out your time? Because you're constantly working. So how do you plan your time out? Your personal life, your business life? How does that work?
Oh man, I'm starting to, and I'm pretty sure y'all can relate to this. It seems like personal and business is no line there now. It's just like
it all crossed together,
all going together. But I guess I don't know how to answer that question because I don't even know. Look, I'm just going with the flow. It's just kind of like, but when you love what you do, it's just kind of like you do whatever to make it work. But yeah, it's that sometimes I do wish that we had more hours in the day. But then it's like even if we had more hours in the day, we're gonna want even more hours in the day. So
right.
So I guess the question is, the underlying question is that there's no significant other in the picture. You just constantly, your significant other is your work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm extra single.
Extra single.
Single ladies. I'm single.
Single. All right. Somebody want to know how many movies did you make in 1 year?
Okay. I believe the highest that I did in 1 year was, okay, that's a 2-part question. Okay. So 1 year I produced 4 of my own movies, but I still did others. Mm-hmm. So it was probably like 8 that year. And I want to say that was year before that.
Before COVID?
So 2020?
Yeah. It was like,
was it before COVID or after? Like after COVID?
You know what? It was after COVID. Yeah, it seemed like the right before COVID was pretty big, but right after that it seemed like it was even bigger. Those were like the 2 biggest years. The same year that we did Forbidden Fruit, like right before COVID, like the couple seasons before that was like super busy, and then we went through COVID, and then I think we like June, like right when you guys moved, like right after that, it was like it got super busy again.
Oh wow! Mm-hmm. So you were working during COVID. You was getting it in.
Yeah.
I got a movie called Quarantine Relationship. Because remember, I think we were finishing up Forbidden Fruit, and then I had to leave from set to that to go right to Quarantine Relationship.
Yeah.
That's kind of your thing. Like you be on one set, and like as soon as you wrap, you go to the next set. So you just be constantly going out. So one question, question from James: have you ever wrote a script with a particular actor in mind?
Yes, all the time. Usually when I'm writing the script, like I'm already writing with the main people in mind.
Okay.
9 times out of 10.
How can we know when your movie is going to release on Tubi?
Okay, Logan want to know when your movie. How can he find out your movie releasing on Tubi? Like, is there a process to that?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. That's usually where you'll find out stuff first. At Nelson J. Davis on Instagram, or on my official Facebook fan page, which is Nelson J. Davis as well. I'm usually as soon as I know, I post it.
So about every week he has a movie coming out, so you'll see something.
So stay tuned to his page.
Do you have suggestions for someone that wants to break into acting?
Yes, absolutely. I think the best way to break in is do student film and independent films, because you're going to get your feet wet, you're going to get footage for your reel, you're going to network and learn so much more than I can ever tell you right now. Like just being in that atmosphere, and then you're going to be able to learn, is this really what I want to do? Are you really here for this? And I also want to say this though, if you have a bad experience, don't give up from that first experience, because there are, I don't want to say bad filmmakers, but everybody has a different process, and there is no, I know they say industry standard, but even on some of the major sets I've been on, it's still different. Like one company still might do something totally different than the other. I mean, some of the basics, are the same, but don't let one bad experience ruin it for you. But just get out there and get your feet wet.
Gotcha. Yeah. So basically,
Network.
that's good advice. We tell people all the time, don't get stuck on one person and bad experience. Keep moving on, because every filmmaker is not the same. And trust me, that same situation that happened on that set, if you have an open mind, you won't have the same situation on the next set. So we definitely.
Well, that was my little cousin. Actually, I call her my little cousin. She's grown as hell, but she's still my little cousin. Shantae Towns is the one that's asked the questions. And she lives in Detroit. Yeah, she's in Detroit. She lives in Detroit, and and she's a phenomenal singer slash model, and she represents for us, full figured, and she is absolutely beautiful, amazing all the way around. So if she want to break into acting, cousin, all you gotta do is let me know. You gotta hit me up. Let me know. Talk to me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Before we got married, she threatened me. She said, "If you hurt my little cousin, I'm gonna hurt you."
I'm her big cousin.
Well,
so
that what she told me.
Her big cousin.
No, she said
she's going to hurt you.
Well, all I know is that I was gonna get hurt.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. She threatened me right before the wedding. So. It's been 15 years now, cuzzo. Am I good now, or do I still have to go with my shoulders?
I think you're in compliance, so you should be good.
I should be good,
right?
Yeah. She definitely threatened me. All right. Okay, question here. How do you decompress after playing a difficult / evil character?
Oh man. Sometimes you just gotta turn on something positive, have a drink. For real though, because it's been sometimes I had to go deep and dark, and it's just like, how do I snap out of this? Yeah, because I remember one time I had to cry one time in a project, and in the project, the character lost their mother, but the same day that we were filming it happened to be the same as that day that was the anniversary that I lost my grandmother. So it's kind of like I really tapped into that, and it was just flowing, but I was really just tapping into that emotion, because it's just the stars aligned. It just happened to happen on that day, and then it was really hard for me to bounce out of that. That's why I'm using that as an example. It took me maybe a day and a half just to come back.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that, it has to be a great project, to be willing to go to take it there.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is hard. When I had to tap into that on this last one on Pimpstress, and I tapped into my mother, it took me out for like you say, a day or two, just emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So it is, when you have to go there and it's dark and it's deep like that, you got to be willing to really go there, and and be willing and able. Now I wasn't, once we called cut, I wasn't still weeping, but I was still feeling that pain. I was still drained.
Right.
Having to tap into that. So, yeah, people don't understand when you write those emotional roles like that. The actors really have to go through something just to prepare. They have to just to prepare for that.
We have another question from Logan. So when you do different movies, do you always have to change cell phones?
No.
I don't know why that'd be a thing, but
I've had the same phone in quite a bit of
Do you know Logan? He probably trying to call you. You ain't answering his call.
Right. He's like, listen, I've been calling.
He's been calling you, so
that cell phone number you put up there, and it ain't working.
So you might want to have a sidebar conversation with Logan. He might want, trying to get in the role or something. You ain't hit him back.
Figure out what's going on. What's up?
All right. My sister's online. Hey, Nisha.
Hey,
Nisha.
So outside of that, now I know we did Taboo together. Taboo was one of those projects that kind of went over not over a lot of people's heads, but kind of threw people off. Right. It's good, yeah. But they don't know they don't want to say it's good because of the context of the movie. How do you feel about the whole Taboo situation, like Taboo 3? How do you feel about that?
I was super, and I tell anybody this that asked me about the project, I was super intrigued by the project. I think I told you this too, both of you this, that it really tapped into the why and how these people are wired this way, what made them, engage in these relationships. It's not just some freaky deaky movie that, family members are sleeping with each other. It really taps into the why. And that's what really, really intrigued me about the project. And it's funny because I remember when you approached me with the script, like you was like, well, this is taboo, like, trying to lighten the blow. But I already knew what to expect because I already saw,
Right.
the previous films, and I was with it. And that's what really intrigued me, because it's just like, okay, I don't want to give the movie away, but one part in particular was the fact that she kept calling the son by the father's name. So it's just like, okay, it's just so, yeah. And I was just super intrigued and thankful for the opportunity. That's one of my favorite films. So,
well, we get people. I know one person that inboxed me one time. You guys must love incest or something. Is this something that you loved? And we're like, sir, first of all, calm down, okay? And no, it's not something that we just love writing about incest. Come on, but it is talking. If they really look at it and pay attention to what's happening, is talking about the mental illness behind it, and how it happens, how it comes about, how these people actually dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? And it's talking about it's molestation, it's rape, it's generational things that happen, down the years to make this person be who and who they are. So we get mixed signals. Some people get it, and then some people will just be like, oh, you just want to talk about incest.
Right.
It's crazy because like on the Taboo 2 fan page, people think it's like a support group. If you go to the Taboo 2 fan page, they're like, having their own discussion. I just went there the other day, like, and these people are actually having these conversations about incest. I'm like, I just left it alone. Like, I'm not even gonna jump into that. It's a movie. That's all it is a movie.
But it's a movie with a message,
right?
That they have to really tap into to see. It's when you talk about your people who's actually doing the hurting, when they're hurting these people, it talks about their mental space, and it's a lot of things in that kind of goes deeper than the surface of the drama that actually happened.
Right.
So a kind of a question that James had, he said, when getting ready for roles, how do you prepare for the character? So my question is, how do you prepare for that character in Taboo? How did you prepare for Desmond's character?
Desmond? Oh man. I was just really thinking, because I'm kind of glad that you asked that, because I'm just like, okay, what's the motivation? What's his motivation to engage in this relationship? And I feel that a lot of people that watch the movie, they got why the mom engaged in it, because because she was in love with the father and he reminded her. But I feel that Desmond's motivation was he loved his mom so much that he was willing to do whatever it was to have her in his life. So when I went to approach the role, I kind of kept that in mind, because it's like, it was even a few parts, it's like, yo, what's going on here? But it's just like he's flashing back to all these years he didn't have her in his life. So it's just kind of like he's gonna do whatever it takes. I feel like when I approached it more from a mental state versus a sexual state, because I don't really think that it was about a sexual attraction. It was more about the fact that, okay, this was what she wants. I don't know why she wants this. She's in love with the dad. I don't even care why she wants this, but I don't want to lose her again, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes to have this relationship. And I think I kind of went in with that mind frame, and really had to unplug from being me and like really being Desmond, and just really keeping that. That's what I kept telling myself throughout the whole process of it.
Gotcha. Like Tanya said here, motivated by love. That was the motivation behind the character. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. When we first did Taboo 1, it took us a couple of years to find the female to play the lead character, because every actor we talked to was like, no, I don't want to play a role where I'm pretending to sleep with my brother. I'm like, well, that's what acting is. You're pretending to sleep with.
You're acting. It's scripted. So this is not your brother. You don't even know him.
Right. It was weird. Like, people didn't want to play that role, and we almost had the same situation when we cast Taboo 3. Before we got the T on, we had another person we talked to as well, and the woman was like, "Well, no, I don't want to do that because of I have a son that same age." I'm like, it's acting, but hey, I get it. You remember her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so sometimes people take the acting situation and put it towards their own real life situation,
Right.
and they can't separate the two.
They can't separate the two.
So I'm glad that you were able to do that. With this particular role.
Actually, I played a role like that in a short film. It never came out, but this was some years ago. And the guy was young, like my son, my baby on here, Jamari, that's watching this, and he was young, and I had to play. I had to play a role of me being his mother, actually making him do things with me. And when I tell you, and I am an actress, a director, I had to prepare myself mentally. It still kind of made me nauseous, like just to think that, this boy's the same age as my son, for real, like my baby, you know what I mean? And here I am in the bed making him do things, and it was like, oh, okay. I couldn't wait till we got done with that, but at the same time, if I'm calling myself an actress, I got to know how to be able to separate the two.
Now, I know we asked the question earlier. Have you dealt with any actors like that couldn't separate themselves from the character, that they turned down the role for something like that in your previous projects?
You know what? We just did Ladies' Choice, and it was it's about male strippers or whatever. So I had one approach me and was like, this goes against my morals. Is there any other parts of it? And it wasn't even. They just had to be in the club. Confused. I'm just like.
So they was in the club scene, and they didn't want to be in the club scene with male strippers. Okay, all right.
And it went against their morals.
Okay. So obviously, it's acting.
Well, then it's not. This is not the profession, or this is not the particular role for you. You choose something that's, better fitting. So if it's against your moral compass, just don't go for it. Right. You know what I mean? We've had some people say that too. I would audition, but I don't feel as though this role would be good for my from morally for me.
Well, I don't curse. I'm like, well, shit, that's all we do is curse.
Well, if you don't curse, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the word. So if you don't want to say those words, then don't audition.
Right.
Right.
But can you change the script? No. We just talk about who's willing to do the part. Thank you for your time, though.
Right.
That's just how that goes. But anyway, so how can people follow you on social media? Like, I know you said it before, but give it to us again one more time.
Oh, on Instagram, that's my favorite social media platform, at Nelson J. Davis on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook, Nelson J. Davis. Twitter, sometimes things get a little bit more lit on Twitter, at Nelson J. Davis. Twitter After Dark. I just got TikTok, y'all. Like, I literally just got TikTok, 2 weeks ago. So you can find me up there, Nelson J. Davis.
I got like 1,000 something followers. I only got like 500, and they keep dwindling down because I was at 508, now I'm at 506.
Oh, you got me beat, bro. You got me beat.
You got to post some
stuff. No, those 2 people just left. I'm kind of hurt now, so I don't know what to do.
Don't be hurt. You don't get your followers up. You ahead of me on TikTok.
I know what it is. But look, man, I know you're dip. You got a lot going on. We want to hold you up. We do appreciate your time. With us tonight. You're more than welcome to stay around. We got the end of our interview here, but if you got any shouts you want to give out, this is the time to do it, because after this, Renee's going to do our 3 questions. We take 3 questions from the audience about our film industry, and we answer it. So being that you are a producer, director, writer, actor, you're more than welcome to stay on and help answer these questions with us if you want to.
Oh, yeah, I'll hang out. I'll hang out with y'all for a little bit. Okay. But I'm not going to do the shout-outs because I get in trouble every time I do shout-outs, because there's just so many great people. I appreciate everybody, and that's my shout out. Thank y'all so much for having me. This has been fun. We gotta do part 2 of this. And, time has flew.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
We had a lot of questions today, so that was great. We do have a few questions in here. I guess I'm gonna answer some, get real quick with these. James want to know, when working with directors, how do you handle it when they give you bad directions? We don't give bad directions, James. All our directions are good.
No, well, I know, like, Nelson was like, one of the time we gave you a direction, and you was like, you did it, and then you was like, well, how about if we do it this way? It's always an approach. It's the way you say it, right?
Right,
and
definitely.
So it makes it be like, okay, well, let's try it. If it works, it works. right? So
Right.
so how do you handle that? If we give you bad direction, you know, what is your approach?
Well, I never think that you're giving me bad direction. I want to say that, but it's sometimes like it's just kind of like you say. I think it's just all about how you deliver it. Like you can't be like, well, you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
You did it like this. You know what I mean? Like some people they'll go off like that. I'm just like, yo, you try to get fired and never come back.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's a good way of never coming back.
Sometimes I'll even put it on myself. I'm like, I really don't like the way that I did that. Can we try it like this?
Right.
Like, and that's usually the case. It's not nothing that you did. It might be like you give a direction, but I might not be bringing it to life the way that you want, and I might need to do it a different way to get what you want out of me. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. It made total sense. Cool. All right. Well, I mean, that was it for that particular round of questioning. Let's see what we got gonna put me in. Who's there?
She's talking when she gonna get it. We did shout you out. She's talking when she gonna get a shout out. Mila said she wanted a shout out.
Hey, Mila.
Nisha, I think what you doing. What you think came on? All right, well, cool. Well, hey, now, like I said, you're more than welcome to stick around. We're gonna be on here a little bit. What we started to do now at the end of all of our interviews, we answered 3 questions about our filmmaking journey. Because every time we did the Lifetime situation, our inboxes got bombarded with questions. So we like, hey, we answer your questions, but you got to watch the show. We answer it live. That way we got to answer it all over again. We say, hey, that question you already answered, go watch this video. You know what I'm saying? So that way we don't have to keep.
Don't be rude.
I'm not being rude. I just every time I say something, she says I'm rude.
I gotta keep him in check because that Philly,
Philly,
that up north New Jersey swag comes out.
I was born in New Jersey. Like, I'm not from New Jersey. I was born
Don't be
there.
rude.
I'm from Richmond, VA.
Well, Richmond, but you have more of New Jersey in you.
Nah. So if we got a few people on here watching. So hey guys, if you have any questions about our filmmaking journey or Nelson as well, we're going to answer 3 more questions about filmmaking. That you might want to know how we did it or how you can get involved with the filmmaking process. This is the time to ask.
James, you don't even start, James. You see what he said? Don't you start, James.
So for people who don't know.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
Don't y'all even start that. I'm spitting it out. No.
So for people who don't know, I like to run practical jokes. So what happened was Renee had to go to the doctor. So I posted a picture of her at the doctor saying that she's getting a pregnancy test.
That I was pregnant. Talking about let's congratulate her and send her a message to her inbox.
So
and I was like, why my inbox blowing up? Because I didn't see all of this. Like people talking about congratulations. I'm like,
she didn't know what was going on until she really went back and read the stuff. And on top of that, I went in her own Facebook and typed, "Yeah, guys, I'm pregnant." So people thought you were really pregnant.
Yeah, that was a big
old
mess.
Whole process.
And I'm still trying to put fires out behind that. I'm like, no. Jeez.
We are the perfect. Oh, why we gotta be old?
The perfect
Oh, that says old. Oh, I thought it said odd. It did say old.
I'm like,
dang, cuz.
Right. I'm like, first she threatened me, now she called me old. Like I can't win.
Oh man.
Right. So, hey guys, we here for a little bit. Sorry, somebody blowing the horn.
Like, what is that? Yeah.
Where can people follow TPN? Okay, that's a good question. You can follow us right here on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, or on Facebook under Bobby M. Peoples and
Renee Warren Peoples.
And you can also follow me on Instagram at The Peoples Network 1. Spell out The Peoples Network and the number 1 on Instagram. And on
Instagram, I'm Renee Warren Peoples. On Twitter, I'm Renee Warren Peoples. On TikTok, I'm Renee Warren Peoples. I try to keep it the same as y'all can tell. But the best thing to do is to subscribe to our newsletter on our website by going to TPN and the number 1.com. Subscribe to our newsletter, and we send out information 3 times a month, letting you guys know what's going on, what we have going on, upcoming castings, and different things like that.
Yep, that's what we do.
Hey,
Deja, yes. Congratulations to Deja. She's going out to South Carolina to do a movie.
Yeah, she'll be in your neck of the woods out there.
Yeah, congratulations, Deja.
Actually, Deja, I'm glad you asked that question. Our next casting is actually coming up in the next. We're gonna probably put the casting stuff out tonight or tomorrow.
The next few days,
The next
for
few
sure.
days, yeah. So we're actually casting for a project. The title right now, we're working the title. Right now it's called Root of Evil, but that's just the working title. But we have another title we're gonna go with later.
Dope.
We'll be casting real soon on that one. Actually, 2 projects. We also have an iPhone project, which we're gonna do 10 short films about relationships, shot experimentally on the iPhone. So that casting will be coming out soon. So we're gonna need 10 guys and 10 girls to do this. If it works out great, then we'll probably mix it up with some lesbians or LGBTQ community, mix it up and see how that goes as well. So we don't want to exclude anybody else, but we want to just test the water out because we're going to do all this on our iPhone.
Nelson, what about you? Will you have any castings coming up or?
Not yet. Soon though. Probably what's this month? March. Probably like April.
Okay.
How can people see your casting?
Instagram at Nelson J. Davis. I usually have them in my story, so you got to keep watching.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So one of my questions is, when writing separately, how do you two give each other space? Well, we don't write separately. We write together, literally.
Yeah, we have actual writing sessions.
Dope.
Yeah, so we sit there, at the table, or if we're out to eat or whatever, and we go back and forth, literally, with the writing sessions. So we normally don't write separately for the most part.
Yep.
But if we need to, if we need to give each other space, we go upstairs, downstairs, whatever, and give each other that space. But
that's very rare.
Most of our scripts, our feature films, we've written together.
Yeah. Well, we outline too. We outline it first. That's what Renee teaches her screenwriting class. So guys who want to learn how to write scripts, you might want to get with her too, because she does one-on-one. Is it one-on-one sessions?
One-on-one. I might open it up to like maybe 3 or 4 in a class, just so that I can give the personal attention, because script writing is very detailed, right? So that's going to be something that I'm going to toss back and forth with you.
Okay, cool.
And get up on.
All right. Mila, we already answered that question. What's coming for TPN? We already said that already. Let's see. You're welcome, Logan. Thank you. Ooh,
yes. Cell phone. Cell phone. Was that?
Hey, good people. I'm still touring, but I'm going to try to get to you guys.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's the guy that Renee been crushing on, trying to get into the project.
I've been trying to get him in projects, but I know he's busy.
I don't know, because he's a dark-skinned, bald-headed dude,
you know
so I don't know, Marvin. We might can't work with you. Because she's been crushing a little bit too hard.
He's just a phenomenal actor, and I really want to work with him, get him on our movie.
Yeah.
Nelson, do you compensate travel and stay?
Okay, so yeah, Nelson, do you fly people in?
Sometimes, yeah.
That's. I mean, we all do. I mean, if it's an actor who auditioned that's really out there, and we really like him or her, we fly him in. Ask Nelson. We done flew him in here twice. Natia twice. I mean, Natia once.
Once, yeah.
Angelica once. So we flew people in before. So yeah, we will do that. Here's my son. On your journey as a young filmmaker, who were some of the filmmakers you studied along the way?
That's for Nelson. That's got to be Nelson. Oh, he said young filmmakers. He's not gonna call us young.
You're not gonna call us young?
No.
That's messed
Nelson,
up,
that's
even our own son don't call us young.
That's not gonna be for us.
That's messed up.
Oh man. To be honest, like one of the first things that inspired me for film, just from a visual aspect, was probably Hype Williams and Belly. Like that movie made me want to make movies. Like I feel like the visual was ahead of its time. That in The Matrix. But as far as other filmmakers, Spike Lee, Tyler Perry. I know people like, what?
Mm-hmm. No, actually, he was addressing the question to me.
Oh, maybe.
Say, I am a young filmmaker. Thank you, Jamari. Anyway, some of my.
He said you and Nelson.
Oh, well, Nelson. Are you done?
I mean, not young.
Are you done answering the question there, Nelson?
Oh, no, I'm done. That was it.
My influences were Roger Corman. He's the one who actually did the original Fast and the Furious, Death Race. He did a lot of movies. He was an independent filmmaker himself who actually gave jobs to people like Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, Robert De Niro. So he was responsible for starting their careers in Hollywood. I also like Lord Kaufman with the Tromaville stuff because I like cheesy films. I love cheesy movies, cheesy horror films. So those are my inspirations growing up and why I do stuff that I do the way I do it.
There you go.
Boy,
Yo, he was ready. Yo, you was ready for that.
Oh yeah.
He Roger
Had that
Corman.
speech
That's
prepared.
that's his idol. He always looked up to Roger Corman.
Old white dude, but I like
Yep.
him though.
No, you've told me that before, so that's why I'm like, yeah, you was ready.
Rashad. Okay, I'm working on my first scary movie, and I may. How can I put it on big streaming services?
Okay.
Well, you got to make it first.
Yeah.
So that would be first step. Make the movie first. Then once the movie is done and the process of the movie looks good from start to finish, then you submit it. That would be the first thing I would suggest on that.
You said how? You say submit it. Submit it where?
Well,
where he's submitting it to?
A distributor or aggregator.
A distributor or aggregator
that
who is looking for your particular content.
Now, distributors, for instance, you're doing a horror film, so I would reach out to distributors who do horror films. Do not reach out to distributors who do comedies. There's not a match. So you have to do the research. You have to find distributors who actually cater to your type of film.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the first step you do. So do your research on that first. Find out their submission process, and then you submit accordingly.
And Rashad, make sure you have paperwork on all of your actors.
Yes.
Anybody who's supplying music for you, make sure you have paperwork on everyone that steps foot in front of that screen and behind the scenes.
That's right.
Because you're going to have to need that when you're getting ready to do your deliverables.
Yes,
okay?
trust me. We literally just did a deliverable yesterday. And when I put all the contracts together and all this paperwork I need to submit, it was over 50 pages of paperwork I had to submit. Right. That was just on that one movie. I did one movie.
Nelson knows the pain.
Yeah, I think we did Taboo 2. I think that was 98 pages of work because a lot of people in that. And also the same with Pinterest, like 90-some pages of paperwork we had to submit to the distributor. So if you do it in the beginning, then it'll be done in the end process. A lot of filmmakers, they wait to the end to try to get all the paperwork together. Do not do that. Do that as soon as you can.
Yeah, and it causes it's less stress that you have to really deal with. What's next? Come on, cousin.
Long as you don't threaten me, we're good. All right, Nelson. The movies you did, but them are not on. Okay, Nelson, the movies you did, but they're not on Tubi, Amazon, or Netflix. What platform can you watch them on? Okay, so movies that are not on Tubi or Amazon or Netflix, where can you watch your stuff?
Some are actually filming on Peacock. We got Plex TV. We got Redbox.
You better name them. You better name them.
So basically, Lord, what he's trying to say, Google him. Yeah. Just Google him, and you'll find out all the places where you can find most of his stuff at, if they're not on Tubi, Amazon, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. I think you should put together a website, though, Nelson. You should put together a website, and then and that way people can just go there and it's one central hub.
I think you're right. I need to get on that.
Okay. Logan, Bobby Renee, how long have you guys did productions for? Well, we got married in 2008, so we've been doing production since 2008 together. I've been doing since 2004 before I met her, so that's over. I don't know.
Yeah, over 20. No, is that 20? 2004. So it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. We're filmmakers, not mathematicians. Math is not our strong suit.
We're like 15. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a long time, Logan.
Yeah.
Young Thundercats.
All right. I think we got room for one more filmmaking question here. Do you need writers in any capacity? No, David, we do not. We're both all of us on here are writers ourselves. We do not.
Don't answer that question for Nelson.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, Renee and I, we're both writers ourselves. We do our own writing. It's
eventually, maybe in the next year or two, once we get too busy. We will start probably looking for.
We're not busy now.
I mean, when we get more busy, when we can't sit down and focus on the script, because it takes us a minute.
Time, but
eventually, David. Yes, as of right now, no, but eventually we will.
Yeah, but not right now. I don't know. I'm kind of. I have so many stories and ideas that I just want to write my own stuff. I just not to be selfish. I just say like I just want to have my own ideas and stuff I want to do. I don't look for outside stuff on that part.
As of right now.
Right now.
Nelson, what about you?
I'm copy and pasting that answer.
Copy and paste.
Because I do see it in the future, but like I said, like right now, I just don't really see it right now. In the future, though, I'm not saying never. Definitely, because I mean, like you said, at one point you're just gonna get too busy. I'm gonna want to, still produce and still act, and don't really have time to write. But as of right now, today, I'm copy and paste your answer.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And another question. Okay, thanks. Okay, we answered those questions. All right, we're just going down, making sure we didn't miss anything. I think we probably covered all of the questions. Jamari, he asked a question. I don't know if that was for me. When did you know you had a love for directing? I've always seen you acting, dancing, and singing. Oh, that is for me. That's for you, because he does see me dance.
So help me out.
Yeah. So to answer my question for my son, actually, I was directing in high school. Like I had a production company called Youth Praise Productions, Chicago Youth Praise Productions, and I started directing plays and stuff like that at a very young age. So I've always known that I love to direct, but I took a step back from acting and directing and stuff to focus on, at the time when you came along, my music. And I was dancing for a little bit, but acting and directing has always been my first love.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Are we going to see a Taboo 4? You know what? That is a good question.
It's up to y'all.
It's up to the guys. If you guys are loving Taboo 1, 2, and 3, not just saying you are, but actually watching them and sharing them and stuff like that, then yes, Taboo 4 will be in the works, because we already have the idea and the concept for it. So it's just a matter of us, those numbers looking good, and the funding is there for it. So we're definitely there for it.
Jamari says he's definitely seen you dance.
Well, yeah, because you also see me drink too. So you gotta put that together.
It kind of runs together.
So that's how that dance goes for me.
Which one do you prefer though, Nelson? Acting, writing, directing, producing? Which one?
I'm gonna say acting, producing, directing. No, acting, writing, producing, directing, in that order.
Acting, writing, producing, director. Acting, writing, producing, directing. Okay, I got you in that order. I got you. Yes, Shantae, we had a singing group called Submission. That's when we were doing gospel. And I had an R&B group.
So when I was in that.
First of all, I had an R&B group and when I was in high school, and then after high school, and then I switched over to gospel, and our group was called Submission. It was pretty good. Yeah,
that's kind of a seductive name.
I was gonna say that's catchy.
Submission. Come on now.
That's kind of freaky.
I want to listen to their music.
Don't you dare put that name with freaky.
Church what y'all going
I said that was a gospel group, and you want to say freaky. Heathen.
So
look at
there's the other son here. He wants to audition. No, you cannot audition.
Any dream collaborations with actors and producers?
For Nelson or for us?
Nelson, you take that question.
Man. A lot. I don't even know where to begin. Dang. I think it was for you.
There is no dream collaboration for us personally or actors. I mean, we go with the flow. One thing that Renee and I do we like working with new actors. We love it. New, like fresh off the boat, new. If you look at some of our IMDb credits and some of the actors on there, some of them are their very first acting credit, and they've gone on to do other and bigger things. So I like that process of working with new, fresh talent. On that. So that would be my dream collaboration with working with new faces and new actors. Producer-wise, we're kind of open to that. It's not something that we dream about. It's just more how we gel, together. Because everybody who does the same thing can't work together.
Right.
We've experienced that. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so, how do we, once we're not working together, how can we bond? You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't bond with you in a work situation. I have to bond with you in an outside situation. That makes me want to work with you.
When in anything in this industry, when you're doing a film, you're going to be very close to those people for a few weeks or months or however long it takes. So you want to have a good synergy with them, like a good working relationship, and also a personal relationship if you can outside of work. So we right now working with some pretty good producers, a great producer actually. Jamie, she has been a great inspiration for us, and also she's been our mentor. Because she has connections with the network, TV networks and different things like that. So we've been learning a lot from her. So
she was one of the producers on the Lifetime project we did.
We're very grateful and appreciative to her. To be watching her you know what I'm saying, grow. And she got that black girl magic, which
Yeah.
is what I love about it.
Let's see.
That's dope.
Hey, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya. Now that was mine. That was now,
both our agents, but she was
agent,
mainly her.
right in Atlanta. Hey.
Hey, Tanya.
Hey.
I just want to join in.
If you guys are in Atlanta right now, TDH Unlimited, Tanya is the best.
Yes,
She's
Tanya, I
the-
might be sending my son over to you. I really want him to get and do some more acting. He is so good and talented.
really
I want
is.
him to do, I want him to do more. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Question: are we going to see a holiday movie? Actually, we produced a holiday film called the Business of Christmas 2. It's on BET.
That's on BET, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not on Lifetime, but it's on BET Plus. So if you go to BET Plus, watch the Business of Christmas 2. We were just executive producers on that. We didn't write, direct it. We just kind of came in, helped out with that on that situation. So that's the only holiday film that we have right now. Thank you for your vote of confidence.
What I say, baby? What mama say?
I don't know.
Oh no, your daddy said the one said that you couldn't audition. That's my other son. I didn't say nothing. What I say?
If y'all want to see Bobby Jr., he's in Taboo 2.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he sure is in Taboo 2.
He's in Taboo 2.
There you go.
And Jamari's in Forbidden Fruit 1 and 2.
Forbidden Fruit 1
our
and 2.
kids have been in our movies before.
Absolutely. And which one you in, baby? Yeah, Mama had to. We had to fire the little one when he was little. We had to fire him off the set.
Okay. Now we've asked way more than 3 questions here.
Yeah, when is the sci-fi movie coming out? We're still waiting for that to be sold and released. So we're still waiting on the date for that. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. I mean, we did it back in 2021.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be coming out real soon.
Yeah. He's talking about the movie Night of the Fallen Stars, a movie that I wrote. About space aliens and zombies and stuff like that. It's very. We shot in the woods of Mississippi.
We was in the dirt. That was like we said. That was boot camp.
Yeah.
Okay. It was very scary. It was in the woods of Mississippi. Yes, it was very cold. And yes, Bryson is here co-signing. Like, listen. But yeah, hopefully, you guys will be able to see all of our hard work and dedication soon because that film was no joke.
Yes,
that was no joke.
There's also starred Robert Davi. So you guys might remember him from Die Hard. He was one of the FBI agents who got blown up in the helicopter scene. He played Agent Johnson. He's also known in Goonies too. He was one of the Patelli brothers in Goonies. So
that's my movie right there.
Yeah. So Robert Davi. He was actually pretty cool. Well, he wasn't that guy, but he was the brother. But he was actually pretty cool on set. We posted some pictures on our Facebook and Instagram, so you gotta check that out. I know Bryce all interview. All right, guys. So look, we've been over an hour with this interview and questions, this Q&A here. We really appreciate your time, Mr. Nelson J. Davis, Mr.
Thank
Tubey
y'all so much. Thank y'all.
All right. We're looking forward to bringing you back out here later this summer to do other project. We can't tell y'all about that yet, but he knows what we're about to do.
Oh, I need to talk to him about that.
Yeah, I know. I kind of gave a breakdown on that
you
situation.
did? Okay,
yeah,
all right.
But we'll talk more about it. So guys, we really appreciate your time, Nelson. If you guys want to follow Nelson, follow him on Facebook and Twitter, Nelson J. Davis. If I miss anything, on IG, Nelson J. Davis as well. You can follow us on Facebook or YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have videos come out every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Next Tuesday is a Bobby and Renee show, which is our debate show. Renee and I, we debate certain topics. Next topic next week is open marriages.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to hear us debate open marriages, tune in next Tuesday at 6 o'clock and you will see Bobby and Renee debating open marriages. All right. So guys, thank you for your time. We really appreciate you. Nelson, bro, I love you. You're my little bro for real. And you stay
safe. Y'all too.
All right. Love you, bro. Talk to you soon.
Love y'all too. Talk to you soon. Thank y'all.
Bye.
I'm over there. Cheers. So proud of you. Thank you, cousin.
Thank you, cousin. Sister wives. Right. James, you remember that mess.
Hey, my love, Felicity. Hey, guys. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. This has been a great show. Just like one of our best shows that we've had in a long time here on TPN Live with Bobby and Renee. Renee has been booking the show. So if you guys have been trying to get on the show, Renee, look, make sure you guys email in the People's Network 1. The People's Network 1 at Gmail. Make sure you send over your press kit and stuff like that. Renee, she's going through them, so we can't get to everybody. I know people that can be on the show, get on the show. We're going through the people as they send them information, and so we put you on the show.
Yeah.
We got like 6 more shows before this season is over with. Then we kind of take a break, and we can start back again. All right. Am I right?
Yep.
Yep. So anyway, guys, we appreciate your time. and everything. Come on, you want to say something? Just get on.
Hi.
No, they can't see your hand.
Bryson is trying to say hi. Y'all see his little hand?
Yeah, this is live.
There you go. That's his little hand. There you go. Thank you, Pooh.
Thank you, James. God, we appreciate your time and energy for being with us tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. We love y'all for that.
We love you.
So we're going to do this. We're going to end our show how we do all of our shows with 1, 2, 3, and peace.
Hi, I'm Emmy-nominated Melvin Jackson Jr., actor and producer. You're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Nitra. I'm an extras casting director and a DDP yoga instructor, and I'm watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee Peoples. And you should too.